Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the GameCast NewsCast. I'm Snowy, otherwise known as Count Fracula. Joining me this week is Sarah.
Hello.
There she is. Yes, Sarah, Orange Lightning. She is here. She does the weekend news sometimes when she has time. And it's fine, it happens. Yes, that's it. Those are the only people that are here this week. So, let's start as normal with Sarah. What have you been playing this week?
I love how you nail that every time. Is it like muscle memory
voice?
now?
It must be. I don't even have to try anymore.
No. I've been playing 7 Days to Die a lot. Just because Hannah wanted to play it. So we've been building a really tall tower on a mountain. It's called Isengard. And we're waiting for the inevitable moment when the zombies knock it down. Because it's funny.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I also, because I finished Kingdom Hearts, I started playing a few other things. So I started playing Celeste again. Because I'd started it a long time ago, but I never really got that far. And then I started again and love it. It's so gorgeous. And yeah, I'm really getting into it.
Difficult.
It is really hard, but it's one of those hard games where it's really satisfying when you do it, and you're just like, yeah.
Yeah, it's not bullshit hard. It's I'm gonna do this hard.
Yeah, it's learning hard. You know, you learn
exactly.
Everything you do. You learn from your mistakes, and then like the most fun part about it is when you get that moment in a level where you're just staring at it, going, I don't know how the hell to get past this. And then in one of your many failed attempts, you just do something and you go, oh, I've got it. I know what to do now. And then you do it.
I know what to do. I finally worked it out.
Oh, I bounce off the... Okay. I gotcha, game.
I know some of the bits in that bloody hotel got me a few times.
Oh, the hotel is pain.
But it's a good
I love it.
Pain, so it's good. Yes, it's a great game. Anything else that springs to mind?
I played a little bit more cross-tag battle, just because I can. I actually played the story mode. It's alright, but...
Well, it's the story mode of a fighting game.
It's the story mode of a fighting game, yeah. But it's kind of cool. I like it. It's fun. I played it for an hour, so I must have been enjoying it.
I'm going to say, the story mode in a fighting game is the thing that you don't normally play for that long.
I got enough points that I could buy the little chibi avatar of Yang to walk around my home screen, so I'm happy with that.
Let's be honest then, that's probably why you bought it, isn't it? Well, that's probably why you played it for so long. I want that Yang chibi figure.
I didn't even know you could get that until I stumbled upon it afterwards, and then I was just like, oh, do I have enough points to buy it? Yes, I do. Perfect. Yeah.
Oh, dear.
It's good.
That's quite good.
I haven't played the Ruby story mode, but yeah, I'm saving it.
There's a Ruby story mode?
Well, they have a story mode. It's the same story, but you can play as the different characters from the different games. So obviously it will differ slightly depending on who you play as.
Right, okay. Ooh,
so it forces you to play as Ragnar the Blood Edge to just play through the story. And then after that, you can pretty much play as anyone, I think.
Ah.
Yeah.
Very nice.
It's good. It's good. It is good fun.
Fuck. Okay. The Ruby figures have got really expensive. I've got the Ruby figure that you used to be able to get.
Which
and it was
one?
Like, I can't remember what it was called.
Because there's 4.
Yeah. But the one I've just found on Rooster Teeth's website of Yang is $180, and there's a $180 one of Weiss and a $150 one of Blake. Holy
I think
shit.
they're the fancy-pantsy wancy ones.
They do look fancy, but the Ruby one I have isn't exactly not fancy.
There's an original set they brought out that were like about 15 to 20 quid, I think, when they came out. And then there's like a bunch that they did which were like 1/8 size ones, which were really expensive. they got a Japanese company to make them.
Oh, is it? Oh, I know which company it is as well. They're really good.
It's not Alta, it's a different
K.
one. Yeah, I think
Kitsubuyaka or something. They're really good.
And then there's two which were brought out by, I think it's Furyu, who make figures for arcades. There's a Ruby and a Weiss, and those two are pretty reasonably priced.
Okay.
Although the Weiss is like £25. We saw it at the convention we went to last weekend, or the weekend before, I can't remember. And Hannah actually had bought it when we went to Japan for like £7, so we were just like, ha 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 ha, no, I'm not paying 25, you can sun right off. That's overpriced. Yeah, I'm hoping for you do arcade figures for Yang and Blake, because they would be really cool. Yeah. They're really nice. And cheap.
They've got a Ruby figure, it's the Series 4 Ruby. She's got a figure on sale on Rooster Teeth's site at the moment. It's down to $10 from $35, which is quite nice.
That's quite good.
I think $35 is about what I paid for my original Ruby figure as well.
Mm.
Oh my god, there's a... Oh my god, I'm going to send you this, because this is just gorgeous. I'm going to hopefully put this up on screen now for other people. But... This is the sex. This is so good.
Oh yeah, there's a video. Have you seen the video where they went? I think it was Barbara and Lindsay went to the studio where they were making it and were like looking at it before it was painted. It's massive. It's so big. Takes up like a whole coffee table.
It's 500.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful, but it's huge.
I need it in my life so bad.
I just got the
I know I will never own it.
I just got the Yang hoodie. I love it. Fair. It's so big and comfy. My fake robot arm.
Anyway, let's stop talking about Ruby. Anything else you've been playing this week?
No, that's it.
Okay.
What about you, Sammy?
Yes.
What have you been playing?
Right, a couple of things. I played a bit more of Hades, which is the new Supergiant Games game.
Mm-hmm.
Because they had a decent-sized update this last week. Mostly it was adding just new content rather than... there wasn't much in terms of fixing that they needed to do. I think some balancing has been done. The balancing seems to have changed slightly because I seem to be getting slightly further than I was getting initially. So maybe the enemies do slightly less damage, or maybe I'm just a bit better at the game. I don't know.
Cutting yourself short there.
Well, I do that a lot. I've taken to using the shield as my favourite weapon because its standard attack is not too shabby in terms of damage and it knocks people back. And its unique attack, basically, it's like Captain America's shield.
Oh, well, like
cool. It'll bounce to... Provided it hits something, it'll bounce to 3 things or enemies and then come back to you. But it can synergize with a lot of the different power-ups really well. There's one particular one where, like, it really ups the damage and makes it rapid fire, but it doesn't bounce off more than one thing. It just comes straight back to you. So
that's cool.
It's really fun. I really like using the shield. It's a really good little weapon. And it's a really good little game. I would really recommend it. Well, I'd recommend it provided you're okay with using the Epic Games Store, in which case, wait for a year and then it will come out on Steam.
Oh, is it actually coming out on Steam?
It will come out on Steam. Epic Games Store exclusives are only exclusive for a year.
Is that all of them?
Pretty much. That's their exclusivity thing, is for 1 year. So, like, a lot of people seem to miss out that fact when they're talking about it. They're going, oh, it's just Epic Games Store's robbing everything. It's like, no, they're not robbing everything forever. Like, if you don't like the store and you don't want to use it, that's fine. I get that. Like, there's a very there's quite a few legitimate concerns that people can have, but they're not robbing the games. They are temporarily holding them hostage.
That does change everything, really.
Oh, did you think they were exclusive forever?
I didn't really know anything about it because I didn't really care. But yeah, I thought when they said exclusive, it was like console exclusive,
it's
not like
timed
timed exclusive.
It's timed exclusive, yeah. So yeah, that's Satisfactory, which is another game I've been playing this week. I'll go into in a second. That's also, for now, Epic Games Store exclusive, but it will probably come to Steam at some point.
I have nothing against the Epic Games Store. I'm just lazy and can't be asked to deal with it right now.
Some issues with it. It's a very feature incomplete store, and it's got a bit of a bad rap for privacy concerns.
Oh, that's
putting
is
it
a
mildly.
bit of a problem. But I got angry at Steam yesterday, so there you go.
What did Steam do?
Oh, it was just being Steam and not running properly and crashing things, and I was getting very mad at it because it was just behaving badly last night for me, so,
That's strange. I don't tend to have many problems with Steam, personally. It tends to work pretty solidly.
I do sometimes. It's not overly often, it gets really emotional if I try to stop it from doing downloads. It, for some reason, it makes it go a bit potato. And then, well, last night it didn't even load properly. When you know you have all your bits, the toolbar at the top with all the like store library and stuff, that wasn't even showing. It was blank, and I was
strange.
In
another depressing move, though, the Epic Games Store has the shit Switch-based Roller Coaster Tycoon game coming to it. It's not a good game at all. Like it was going to be a mobile game. And then it was like, no, we're bringing it to Switch. And it was, they launched a Kickstarter, but they launched it for investors. So they were marketing it as like, this is a great investment opportunity for returning revenue and all that kind of stuff. I remember covering it in a newscast episode, and I was like filling with bile as I was reading it. So that's fucking great. Great, well done, guys. Couldn't have got one of the decent Roller Coaster Tycoon games on there, or like Planet Coaster or Parkitect, the good ones that come out. Oh well. Anyway, let's stop talking about the Epic Games Store. Satisfactory. That's another game I've been playing this week. It is... Have you heard of Factorio?
Maybe.
For fuck's sake. Literally, it's the... Saying it's Factorio, but in 3D is literally the best way to describe it. But no fucker that I have talked to this week about this game has heard of Factorio either. It's really annoying. If you know what Factorio is, it's like that in 3D. But for those of you who don't know, basically, you are dumped onto an alien planet, and you basically have to make a big base there. It's like... Think Subnautica in a way. But it's more focused on mining resources and doing stuff with those resources. So, like, when you first land on a planet, you're given, like, it gives you several objectives to get you started. It goes, do this, do this, do this. But you can basically do what you want.
Yeah. Like 7 Days to Die does that.
Yeah. But then, so it starts by telling you how to... Like, it tells you you ought to get to some iron if you can, like an iron deposit, because that's the thing you're going to need most. Like, it's the most valuable resource. It's what you're going to need most of. And then you just start basically building up the things that the things that you can make, and you start automating the things. So you start by, you have to mine manually, and it can take ages. And then you're like, right, okay, I've now got enough stuff to afford a miner. So you make a miner and plop that down, and it'll do the thing for you. And then, so you don't have to do the mining anymore. And then you can automate the making of things as well. And you'll basically just end up with a city of conveyor belts. That's how it's going to go. And that's great. I love that. So it's one of those things that I've not had much time to play it yet, but I think once I do, I'm just going to lose myself in it completely.
You do love your making stuff.
I do, but I never have the fucking time. That's the problem.
No, they take a lot of time.
Yeah,
I always remember that when I was really late to the Minecraft game, and I remember when I did start playing it that I like would play it until stupid o'clock in the morning because I would just be like, I just want to finish this one thing, and it would just take so long to do. It'd just be like, I don't want to go to bed yet. I'm nearly there. No. And always make a ridiculously big project, don't you? It's always like, I'm going to build a castle in the sky. And it's just like halfway through. I hate my life.
My current project in Satisfactory is to automate my copper mining, but the nearest copper ore vein is a big fucking long walk away. So to do that, I'm going to have to get enough resources for a miner, get enough resources for a small power thing that I can pop over there, because I don't really want to be lugging power lines all the way over there, because that'd be a ball ache. But at the same time, I've then got to get enough resources for enough conveyor belt to get the stuff back over to my home base and the storage. It's going to be a long...
sounds like a project.
Yes, because I'm going to need to get a lot of limestone for that. And there's not many limestone bits near where I set up my home base either.
No, dear.
Oh, dear. I have found one. I don't know if it's intentional. There's a glitch, though. To mine, you hold down left click. Or, no, you don't. You hold down E while you're on a vein. But if you hold down E and then press tab to open your inventory, it mines automatically for you, and you can let go. So I don't know whether that was on purpose or not, but it's a nice little glitch, and I can exploit it to not have to work as much.
Nice.
But yeah, it's in early access at the moment, so there's going to be probably a lot more content coming at some point, hopefully. It's a good game. And I've also started playing today Ape Out, which is the latest Devolver Digital game.
Yes. I saw that on Nindies.
I bought it on
not
Switch.
I saw it in the store.
You play as an ape, funnily enough, and you have to you're breaking out of a facility, and it's like combining like jazz and like percussive timing and apes, and it's really good, and it's got a fun art style, and I like it a lot.
Yeah, the art style is what I was attracted to when I first saw it, because it was very simplistic, and I was like, ooh, I like it. It's
pretty great. It's a real fun little game. I played like about an hour of it this morning. It's great. It's real fun. Which was great when I was about to go and see some animals.
Yeah.
Anyway,
nice. Very nice.
That is what I've been playing this week. We've been talking for far too long about on that bit, but let's get on to the actual meat and potatoes of the show. Google's Stadia thing is happening, and a lot of people are torn about whether or not this is going to be a good or a bad thing for the industry. I've seen a lot of people who are very against it, weirdly. Like, really sort of like, ugh, more cloud gaming, ugh. I don't understand why. Like, I do understand why, but I also kind of don't get why people are that against it. You know?
Yeah, I guess.
Like, I think at the end of the day, it's a service that if you can't use it now, you'll be able to use it when it's actually popular. So, you know, surely. Like, people are being really like anti-cloud gaming, like it's some sort of thing that's going to come along and kill the industry, and I don't think it will.
I don't know why people are anti it. I don't know. It kind of comes in the same vein along as like when we moved from hard copy to digital. People just don't like change.
What about download caps, which I do still kind of moan about in some instances, because that's a bit different. I don't know. It's one of those. But,
I feel like the internet, like personally for the UK, the internet services we have are decent, but
mostly
not
depends
amazing.
where you live. Yeah,
exactly.
Mine's pretty good. I get probably one of the better speeds on GameCast as a whole.
Yeah, whereas mine's not the most amazing. So for me, this would be something I wouldn't really be interested in, just because I feel like it's going to run like arse, because my internet I don't think will be able to handle it.
I'm kind of surprised that yours isn't that good, considering you live in Brighton. Like, it's quite a big place.
The marina is kind of closed off. Like, our nearest box is in Kemp Town, apparently. That's quite far away.
Oh, right. Yeah, our nearest box is literally outside my house.
Well, that's why your internet is good, Snowy, because you're right next to the thingy.
Outside my door.
We're pretty far away from ours. And, you know, I don't know. I'm still not over enthusiastic about downloads, just because I like having a hard copy of the thing. So if my internet decides one day it's going to completely be an arse and not work at all, I can still play something. Whereas if you do the streaming thingy, I'll be like,
yeah, I suppose then you don't have
no games for me today. Then I guess.
Yeah, I suppose even with downloads, once you've got it downloaded, you can play it. Whereas on stream, if you don't have a constant internet connection, there's no games for you at all.
Exactly, and no matter which service you're with and how good it is, guaranteed there's always a time when it has downtime, because they always do it to do their technical maintenance. And if that so happens to be the day you decided to play that new game, well, tough nuggies for you, because you ain't playing it today because you can't get your internet to work. Yeah. So that's my gripe with it, is just internet I don't think is reliable enough for this. No, not yet.
It's not going to be a perfect service by any means, but then almost nothing is, so...
No.
But, you know, I do maintain, though, if any company's going to get this right, it'll be either Microsoft or Google. And I think that's what Google are aiming to be. They're aiming to be the first service to get this done well, or at least competently, because PlayStation Now was the first service to do it in general, but it's not very good by most accounts.
Yeah.
Whereas I think Google could probably pull it off if they wanted to. That said, though, they don't do a very good job with YouTube, so...
Ooh, shots fired.
Yep, shots fired. They're shutting down the channel.
Oh no, where will we go? What have you done? You've made us homeless. Look at you. Look at...
It's alright, we'll go to Vimeo. Does that still exist?
I never heard of it. You're going to send it to me, aren't you?
Vimeo does still exist.
Oh.
Aww, poor Vimeo. It's one of those weird things. Yeah, it's... Aw, poor thing. Anyway. Yeah. So, yeah, Google announced their Project Stadia. It's a cloud gaming service with a twist, because it will require no set-top box at all to be used. You will be able to play it, well, you'll be able to use it on basically any device. At least that's the plan for the future. At the moment, their plan in the short term, once it's launched, is to be able to play it through your browser on any sort of, anything really, like even a little Chromebook. You'll be able to use it through Chrome, Google Chrome. And then you'd be able to play it on Google Pixel devices as well, amongst other things.
I just realised we've gone backwards. We've gone back to the days of Newgrounds, haven't we?
Ah,
playing those
Newgrounds.
shitey little flash games on Newgrounds. That's where we're ended up now.
Those were good times, though. I used to love playing little flash games. I remember I used to play a lot of stuff on Addicting Games.
Yes, yes, Addicting Games.
So good.
Poke the bunny. And slap the monkey.
Yes. What I used to play a lot was Stick Figure Death Penalty Chamber.
I think I remember that, yeah.
I remember Slap the Monkey. That was great. The best way to do that is you pull the hand back then go outside of the window of the game, bring it round,
Yeah.
and then come back in the other side, and it'll just be like, poof, you've done it amazingly.
Oh yes, I remember addicting games.
It's still running! Oh my god, yes.
After this is over, everyone, he's going to play Slap the Monkey. Screw every other game. It's all about Slap the Monkey.
Screw all these games I need to play, and screw the food shop I need to go and do. I'm going to play
and Poke the
addicting
Bunny.
games.
A game that was completely pointless because the outcome was always the same. All you did was just poke a bunny until it got mad enough to turn around and bite the finger that you were poking it with. No scores, no nothing. That is literally it. And then it doesn't let go.
One I remember a lot of. Do you remember Sniper Assassin?
Yes.
I used to play all those weird stick figure games. That's great. That's good stuff.
They were good games.
They were.
But I just realised, now talking about this, it's like, this is what we've gone back to.
Interactive Body, do you remember that? That was the best thing. I think they had it in a mod for it at some point where it's like where there was Justin Bieber and you could just fire missiles at Justin Bieber.
Oh my god.
Oh, yes. Oh, this shit was my jam. Oh, it was. So good.
This is what we've circled back to.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and you got money. Yeah, you got money for playing with the little guy, and then you use that money to unlock new things that you can, like new modes or new skins or new items.
What have I done? I've sent you into a nostalgia spiral.
I'm so happy right now. I'm gonna leave that open and play that later. Anyway,
I knew it.
So, you were on about bandwidth earlier. Google have said they would like, well, the current ask for bandwidth is 25 megabits a second.
I don't have that.
I do on a good day, so that would be fine for me. But they are saying they're planning to, or they're going to try and lower that requirement by the time of launch. So hopefully it'll be down to a more sensible amount. But they did show it running Doom Eternal, amongst other things, which is quite interesting.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, what I quite like is the fact that at least we know there's actually going to be decent games on this, you know? It's not just going to be a platform that launches and then fuckles on it. You know, they've signed up some big enough games, and if they've got Doom Eternal amongst other things on there. But yeah, they've also got, if I remember rightly, it was Google that did, I think it was at E3 last year, or one of them, where they played Assassin's Creed Odyssey through a cloud streaming device. It was a sort of an early prototype of the Stadia. Stadia? I don't know how you pronounce it. I don't honestly care.
I like Stadia. It makes it sound like it's in the stars, which goes with clouds. Go with Stadia.
Posh, doesn't it? Stadia rather than Stadia. Stadia sounds like a chavvy child's name, like from a council estate. Oi, Stadia, come back here!
Is it because you're like Sadie?
Oh, I hate Sadie. Oh, that's a terrible name. I'm sorry.
Sorry to anyone who's called Sadie.
Yeah, that might somehow be watching this, but nah, not a fan.
Oh. He's shooting at everyone, you know, YouTube, fans.
Yeah, fans.
Doesn't matter who.
We don't have any fans. We're just shouting at the void.
Yeah.
It's fine. So yeah. But yeah, like cloud gaming as a whole, bandwidth issue aside, does have a lot of potential. It has the... Oh, that was a noise.
Sorry.
It has the potential to open up gaming, like the actual idea of gaming, to a lot more people, because people won't need to be buying big expensive gaming rigs or anything like that to be able to play a game. They can just use whatever device they happen to have and still play these big AAA games because they don't have to have hardware to do it.
Yeah.
And as we say, the only sort of trade-off for that would end up being your bandwidth. Like, provided your bandwidth can do it, you'll be fine. Which, yeah, it's not perfect. It's getting better, though, you know. I mean, I don't necessarily trust our government. They gave the rollout license to BT for the fibre rollout, and it got taken off them because they did such a shit job. Yeah, well done, guys. Did real well there.
I don't trust our government for many reasons, so, you know, whatever.
Yes, let's not get into those, though, eh?
No.
That's probably best, especially at the moment. Anyway.
What could you be talking about?
I have no idea. Still. Yeah, so it's got the potential to do a lot, but the big question I have is which platform would do a better job of it, because we know Microsoft are launching their xCloud service at some point, and this is basically what Google's going to be rivaling. But it's a case of who do you think would do better in this instance? Because, you know, Microsoft has the pedigree when it comes to gaming. But do they have... Well, Google has the better idea in terms of, like, in a lot of specifics, because Google's idea doesn't involve a set-top box, whereas Microsoft's does. And, you know, it's a very tricky one to judge. Because we don't know much about... Because neither of them are out yet, so we honestly couldn't tell you how good they are.
And it's still...
But the people who have played with a Stadia have said that it's very... Like, it's a very promising bit of tech.
It's still very fresh. It's very difficult to judge when we don't really have mass loads to base it on either. It's very new.
It is very new. So we'll see. Basically, I think that's the thing you can take away from that. We'll see.
A lot of people will probably lean towards Microsoft being better, just because they do have more experience in the games industry, whereas Google does not. But at the same time, it's interesting because it's very interesting to see what Google will bring to the table by having a almost fresh pair of eyes to the whole sort of thing in the first place. Maybe there's bits of things they've been looking at and going, we do that differently, we do that like this. Yeah. And it'll be interesting to see their take on it.
Very much like Sony when they launched the first PlayStation. They were the newcomers on the market. They ended up dominating that generation and the next one, really. Because probably because they came in with such fresh eyes and we're going, this is what you guys are doing wrong. We're going to do the opposite of those things. And taking what's already
there and then adding their spin on it and be like, right, now this is how we're going to build upon that and make it better.
Exactly. So we'll see. I must admit, I do like the idea of being able to use my Chromecast to play games. Because the Chromecast is it's like a tiny little thing under the telly. Like it's just a thing that just connects up to the telly. Yeah. So I kind of like that idea. I don't know. For me, I'm happy as I am, so I'm just like, meh. I don't really want to play games on my phone or anything. It's never appealed to me, that one. That's fair.
I like my Switch. I'm very happy with my Nintendo Switch, to be honest. As long as I've got that, I'm like, I'm good. Happy over here.
Oh dear. Right. So. That
gives you a nice segue, actually.
Yeah. It does indeed. So yes, the Google Stadia is going to be coming out at some point. We know some things about it, but honestly, we've no idea where it can go. So let's move on to the next story of the show. We were speaking about the Switch just now, and for those of you who are fans of Nintendo, good news, because a lot of great indie games are going to be coming. Like, some old, some new, and a lot of them are very exciting to see coming to the Switch. I want everything on the Switch. It's so good.
It makes me hate all the stuff that I've already bought on other consoles. I'm like,
I've
damn,
bought
I wanted it on the Switch.
Yeah. But then I am one of the people who's pre-ordered that Skullgirls Collector's Edition for the Switch.
I know.
I'm very excited to receive that when it comes out. Unfortunately, it's not shipping until June, and I'm really annoyed that it's going to take that long, but I can't wait.
Oh.
So it's for those of you who don't know, it's going to be a physical version of Skullgirls with a skin for your Switch controllers, which I will not use, and a vinyl with 10 selected songs from the soundtrack on it. Yes, please. Yes, please. If you've not experienced the soundtrack to Skullgirls, go do it. It's great. It's like 30s jazz.
I've not played it.
You've not played Skullgirls?
No. I had it on my Steam wish list for a very long time. I just never got around to actually picking it up.
One of the best fighting games you can play. It's really tight, especially with like hitboxes are really well done.
One of my friends was really into it.
It's so visually lovely.
Maybe I'll pick it up on the Switch.
Maybe you should. So yes, there's a lot of great indie games both on and coming to the Switch. But there was a Nindies Direct the other day, and some big ones have been announced that I am a big fan of. So, the obvious one, I'm just going to do a big list of them, to be honest. There's a list here. I will read that list out to you, and then we'll go over some of the things we find that we're looking forward to the most. So we have Cuphead, Overland, My Friend Pedro, Neo Cab, The Red Lantern, Darkwood, Katana Zero, Rad, Creatures in the Well, Bloodroots, Pine, Nuclear Throne, Swim Sanity, I like that name, Blaster Master 02, Stranger Things 3 the game, apparently. What a weird thing to put on there. Cadence of Hyrule, Crypt of the Necrodancer featuring The Legend of Zelda, and Super Crate Box. So, I'll go to you, Sarah, first. Any of those spring out to you as things that you really want to play?
Most of them.
Most of them. Same.
Well, I have Cuphead on PC, but I think I might have to get it on Switch, because it's just, I think it'll be really good on Switch. Yeah. And also, you can two-player up with the Joy-Cons, so I might actually make Hannah play it with me, and that would be really good fun.
Ooh, that would be good. Another game I know that I really want to play, though, My Friend Pedro. It's another Devolver Digital game. I love Devolver Digital, they're so good. They're literally one of my favourite, they're probably my favourite publisher of all time.
Well, how can you turn down a game that's tagline is literally blood, bullets, bananas?
I know. So good. My Friend Pedro is basic. It's like cross Max Payne with a skateboarding game and shooting, and it's 2D and whatever the fuck. It looks insane, and I really, really want to play it. It looks so good. Another game I want to play is Neo Cab.
Yes.
Neo Cab, I believe, is by the same people who did Valhalla.
It looks like Valhalla. That was the first thing I said to Hannah when I saw the trailer. I just went, ooh, that looks like Valhalla, except you're a cab driver instead of a bartender.
Yeah. I think
Valhalla was really fun.
Yes, I like Valhalla. I did a Let's Play of it with really stupid voices.
I streamed some of it, I think, a while ago. Long time ago.
Ah. But yes, so that's a game that I really want to play. It's sort of visual novel style thing with like choices that matter. So hopefully quite good. Looks very cyberpunk as well. Like augmented people and everything. So
hoping for some nice music in that.
Hoping for good stuff. We've also got now Rad is a new game by Double Fine that looks pretty fucking great. It was a bit of a surprise announcement. I don't think a lot of people were expecting a new Double Fine game, considering we're waiting for Psychonauts 2. from them. But yeah, rad looks pretty rad appropriately.
I wondered if you were going to do that.
Your faith in my horrible puns is... But yes, it looks a bit... it might be a roguelike. It certainly wouldn't surprise me if it was. But it's a sort of hack and slash kind of game with Binding of Isaac style synergies for power-ups and mutations and everything. So that looks pretty damn fun. What else? Nuclear Throne is a very good game by all accounts. It's got overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam, which is a rarity. So, take that with what you will.
Friend of mine is a big fan of that.
Yeah, if you like things like Enter the Gungeon or Binding of Isaac, that's would be very much your kind of thing.
I would recommend Darkwood. I'm tempted to actually get it on Switch because way back when it came out on PC, and actually the developers gave it away for free on their website. So I haven't actually purchased this game ever. I've only actually had it for free, so I wouldn't mind buying it because it's actually really, really fun. It's like a horror game, but instead of being the obvious jump scare horror, it's such a slow build, and it's just
it's proper horror.
Yeah, the way it creates that sort of tense atmosphere is just it's really nice. It was, fun fact, the first game I ever live streamed, and I was freaking terrified the whole time. 1, because I was live streaming, and 2, because the game was bloody scary.
It
so
does
there you
look
go.
quite good.
But
it does.
I would gladly pick it up again. It's a really, really, really nice game. It's like the artwork is really nice as well. So recommended.
Final thing that really stood out to me though is Cadence of Hyrule: Crypt of the Necrodancer featuring The Legend of Zelda, because it's not...
Hell yeah.
Because it's not actually the original Crypt of the Necrodancer just ported. It's... I don't know if it's a sequel, but it's certainly like the game's been redone a lot. They've changed a lot of things, like they've given it a new art style, and of course they've added in Zelda characters and everything to it.
Yep.
And it looks sweet as fuck. Not gonna lie. That's doing good things for me. It looks real nice.
It does.
Yeah.
I kind of squealed a little bit when the music started, and I was like, that sounds like Zelda music. And then the little sprites came on screen, and I was just like, yes, this is cool. I like this.
Oh, it's pretty great. Oh, it does look so good. Yeah, those are the things that really stood out to me. I think that's a very strong little Nindies presentation, and I really like how well Nintendo is working with third parties. Even if it's just the indies, mostly, they're working so well with third parties for the Switch. It's so good. So much better than they had been. Because Nintendo's relationship with third-party developers prior to this has been patchy at best, let's be honest, in recent years.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I am very thrilled, and I'm very much looking forward to it.
It shows so much as well, and the fact that they keep doing these little Nindie presentations as well. So they're even, like, drawing attention to it. Pointing big fingers, going, look at all these games that you can get on the Switch. It's like, before that, they never really seemed that bothered about announcing indie games. They were more just like, oh, look at this Nintendo game that's coming out, and this Nintendo game. Whereas now it's like, a whole presentation dedicated to indie games. And it's quite frequent that they do these, so that's really nice. I like that. My wallet doesn't, but I do.
I know exactly the feeling. So
I just bought like 128 gigabyte card to go in my Switch just because I was like, you know what? I'm sick of having to manage the downloads because the memory in this is not great.
It's 32 gigs. Yeah, it's not enough.
Yeah, it's
terrible. I've got a 64 gig card in there, and I kind of think at some point I'm going to need to get another one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Nintendo...
Bayonetta takes up 8 gig, the bastard. So I was just like, uh-oh.
To be fair, it was an
I need
Xbox
help.
360 game, so it's about
It was.
right.
It was.
But yeah. So, yeah, Nintendo doing well with the indies, and keep an eye on a lot of those. I'm not going to give you release dates for all of them because I am not mad. So go and look it up. If any of those games, I gave a list. Go back and listen to that and look up the trailers if any of them interest you. So, on that note, let's move on to the final story of the show. Steam! What a piece of shit!
Last night it frickin' was.
Yes, apparently so. Yes, Steam is lacking in some areas. Quality control! But one thing I found that I dislike about Steam increasingly is the fact that its library system looks very, very dated. I don't think it's been changed at all, really, since I got my Steam account, and that was about 7 years ago.
Yeah, it hasn't changed for me, and I got it in, like... I don't even remember when.
Been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could not tell you when I got my account. I know there's a way to find it. I just don't care enough.
I've definitely had mine more than 10 years. I know that for a fact.
Oh boy.
Yep. And it's always looked like that.
Yeesh. Yeah, that's not great. It's starting to. It's not a bad library system, but it's feeling like it's lacking some features, and it's starting to look a bit old and dated.
Yeah.
But for those of you who are feeling as annoyed about this as me, good news, because at GDC, in its keynote that Valve gave, they announced that they are going to be doing a massive overhaul of the library system and gave us a sneak preview of the look. And I really like it, actually. I like what they've done. I don't like all of it, but I like a lot of the things that they have done with it, with the makeover. Like, if you're looking at the screen at this, I will have it in the sort of middle bit, the redesign idea. One thing they've put on that I don't really like is the library home, because it reminds me a lot of what Discord have done with their thing. Like when you boot up Discord, it sends you into the activity thing first, and I'm not really a fan of that. But that's just me.
Like, I like on PlayStation they have the activity thing, but it's kind of tucked away. It's only like if you hover over like a game, then it gives you all of that gump, so you can just ignore it if you want to.
Yeah, so I kind of hope that when they do implement this, that's not where it automatically boots. I would not be a fan of that. But a lot of things they are adding, I really do like. They're adding the ability to make your own categories, to sort like loads of different ways to sort your games out properly. Because I've wanted.
Thank you.
I know. I've wanted for so long to have the ability to sort into categories, things like, I don't know, city building games, or like, I don't know, like shooter games, or games I want to play, or games I need to play for review.
Games I haven't played.
Yeah. Like even on what I quite like on this, on the preview screen, they've got the categories this person has come up with are favourites, RPG games, games to play with Ricky, games I've finished, single-player games, puzzle games, and classics.
Games to play with Ricky. I like that one.
Who the fuck is Ricky?
To be honest, though, that's probably a topic I would have. Not games to play with Ricky. It would probably be games to play with Hannah. But because of that, I might just call it games to play with Ricky now. Just let's make it a meme, people. Come on. Games to play with Ricky.
That's just Hannah's new nickname now.
Yeah. Everyone's Steam library should have a folder, even if there's nothing in it. Games to play with Ricky.
I think they should. That's great.
Yes.
But yeah, they're adding that feature. They're also adding the ability to fucking search. So you don't have to scroll through your millions of games. I have
and wait for them to load.
I have 809 games in my library. I don't want...
Wow.
It'll be so much easier to type properly. You can search.
I have about 420, I think, so, yeah.
Yeah. Like, you can search at the moment. You can do it. But, I don't know. There's no, like, advanced features. There's no filters. It's literally
clunky.
Just type in a thing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, you know, they're changing bits of that search feature to be better. Which is good. It's what we want from this. We want better.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, a lot of the things that they are changing in this are... they're more based on sort of... Like, when you click on a game, they're changing a lot of things to look at what's going on in the community of that game. So they'll have, like, hey, look, here's a stream of this game if you want to watch that. Here's some things that your friends have done in this game. Here's some things that you've done in this game recently. So, it's... Yeah. I don't like all of the stuff that's there, but I like some of the stuff that's there. Like... I'm not a huge fan of the idea of like recent events and updates, which is like showing you streams. I don't really want to see that. But who knows? They might give you the ability to sort of turn bits off if you don't want to see them.
I like the addition of the workshop bit, like new things or popular things that have added from
that's
the workshop.
more convenient.
If you play games where you do use a lot of mods, like me and the girls sometimes get together and play Left 4 Dead. So we obviously are always looking at new mods and stuff for that. And so that would be really nice because you'll just be like, oh, that's new. Let's check that out.
Yeah. Whereas at the moment, like
and it's all text at the moment.
Mods,
it's really like
the mod screen at the moment. If you go onto a thing that has workshop support, you literally have to. You can't just go. These are the mods I have installed. You have to go browse the workshop.
Yeah.
And then you have to go to
the game
browse mods, your workshop files, your files you've posted, your favorites and subscribed items. It's really like it's not well implemented, but yeah. So yeah. Hopefully there'll be a big overhaul involved in that. Apparently, though, there's not going to be much of an overhaul when it comes to a lot of other features of the client. So there's not going to be an overhaul to the store or to like your profile page or anything. But then at the moment, I don't really think they need to, aside from quality control. But
the store is all right. That has actually changed.
It's very feature complete.
The store has actually changed since
it's changed quite a few times, and it's changed.
It's had amendments
recently, so I
it's all right. I use the store just fine, but the library is ugly, and it needed some change.
It's showing.
So it's nice that it's finally getting it.
Yeah.
And also, you know, being honest, the two features that people probably use the most anyway are the store and the library. Everything else is kind of...
Yeah, the community thing, I use that on the odd occasion, and, like, the
usually when you need help.
Yeah.
When something's not working, you find yourself in the community.
Well, it's like profile
Does anyone else have this bug?
I never use those. I never go on, like, friend activity, or, like, I don't really change my own profile very much, because I don't...
No.
So...
I've had the same profile since I first started using Steam, I think.
Fuck it, it works, why not? So, yeah, it's one of those. Yeah, the library in particular is very dated, getting a bit ugly. And for those of you who can't wait until they release it officially, there's going to be a new... Well, they're going to be putting it into open beta sometime in the next 2 months, iron out a few issues that people may have with it, and then... probably expect to be about June time where they release it to the public properly. So it seems like a while away, but, 3 months can fly, let's be honest. And, this was the only sort of event before, or the only sort of major event before June or wherever that they could really announce this. So, it makes sense that they've done it now. But yeah, so... Is there anything else to add on the Steam library? I don't think so. I think we've covered that pretty well. I think we've done a good job. Right. Well, on that note then, that was that, and let us wrap up the show. that brings us to the end of this episode of the GameCast NewsCast, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to like, subscribe, share, whatever you fancy, and our social links are in the description with a link to our Discord. Thank you very much, Sarah, for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
That's quite okay. And yes, next week I will have a friend of mine on who has not been on the show before. Hopefully she will do pretty well. I'm sure she will. Don't know if she'll watch this one. She might do. Hi! Anyway.
Good luck!
I might get you on as well, to be honest, because it'll be like UK time, so...
Oh, maybe. I don't think I'm doing anything next weekend.
It'll be Sunday, so... we'll see.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's that. Thank you all very much for watching. Stay tuned to Gamecast for news, reviews, Let's Plays, podcasts. I have been Snowy, that has been Sarah, and we will see you soon for something else.
Bye!